Alright, hello everyone and welcome. Excuse me. As soon as I started talking, immediately frog in my throat, but I cleared it out. Back to the bog with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm excited to be jumping back into Deus Ex today on stream here for you. If you're not sure who this is talking, I am, of course, John Stamos. This is the John Stamos gaming stream. And I'll be half naked on cam today. For all the ladies out there. I will hit 1 million views. Yeah. Alright, no. This is Phil. This is the Deus Ex Mankind Divided continuation stream. A playthrough now. That shit. I mean, Deus Ex Mankind Divided came out 2 weeks ago? Or was it 3 weeks? No, 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks ago. That's right, because last week was Attack on Titan. So for 2 weeks, this game's been out. And I've been playing it, you know, a pretty good focus. Honestly. You know, I played it for 3 or 4 major streams before I kind of put it on the back burner for the new releases. But I've been playing it pretty consistently with the exception of a few days when I did not get to it. Okay. But I like the game a lot. Alright, now unfortunately what ended up happening was, when I played the game, I decided that I wanted to go venture out and search around the different areas of the game, and look for resources, and look for items, and look for all kinds of stuff. This game lends itself to doing that, exploration. That's one of the major components of the game. However, that didn't necessarily, it didn't exactly entertain the common viewer, alright? People who are like real big fans of Deus Ex are liking this playthrough. They're following along. They're telling me that it's a great playthrough and thank you for playing it the way that I'm playing it, because that's how you're supposed to play Deus Ex. But the more casual viewer, the laid-back viewer, the one who's just here to have some entertainment rather than to see exactly what the game has to offer, basically was turned off within 2 to 3 sessions of the game and never came back. That sucks, you know? It really does. But it is what it is. And not every game is going to be a giant attention grabber. It's just not, okay? And the more that I do YouTube, the more I'm starting to realize this. You know, at one point, I had such hype behind me and my name, and I was one of the top prominent YouTube gamers, that I could play any fucking game, any way that I wanted, and I would get ridiculous amounts of attention. Not so much anymore, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'd rather be known as the gamer who plays games at face value, and the gamer who, when he plays a game, you can actually tell what that game is supposed to be. It's a representative of what that game is supposed to be, versus the guy who rushes through the game and makes a highly edited playthrough to make it all highlight real fun stuff and super duper entertainment for those who have attention deficit disorder. That's not what I am. I never will be that, okay? I'm probably never again going to appeal to the common YouTube viewer, and that's okay. Especially considering when I see what appeals to the common YouTube viewer, it makes me vomit in my mouth a little bit 9 times out of 10. Because it is crap level content. It's fluff. It's not informative. It's not intelligent. It's just stupid. Right? I could have made a really bad playthrough of Deus Ex Mankind Divided where I rushed through it, did no side content, did no exploration, you know, did a comedy highlight reel. And I would have hated it. I really would have. I would have hated doing that. I hate that. I really do. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm okay with being able to enjoy a game like Deus Ex at my own pace, but playing it a way that I feel gives the game justice, alright? And, you know, if it means that I don't get a lot of viewership on it, whatever, you know? Quite honestly, I do enjoy the fact that I have the kind of freedom that I do, that I can play the games how I want, rather than having to answer to a very demanding YouTube audience that demands I play it in a certain way. No, I can do it how I want. You know, I've got support of people who support me on Patreon to help me out, right? In the case that I get a playthrough like this where it's a big game, but it doesn't get a lot of following because I'm doing it in a way that doesn't cater to the common viewer. I'm okay with that. As long as we can balance it with other stuff that people will watch, that's the difference. Now, if every playthrough I do, people say, he's doing it in a boring fashion and no one watches, that's a different story altogether. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet, okay? And with all the new games that are coming up, in the next couple of months till the end of the year, this busy hardcore gaming season, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too much of an issue. That one game that I played didn't necessarily grab mainstream attention, okay? So, thank you for being here, guys and gals who are here to watch the resuming of this playthrough. I appreciate that you've been patient, that I've been playing it at length the way that I have. The good news is, we're in the end game, okay? We are. From what I'm to understand, the game has 17 story-based missions, and I believe I'm on 12 or 13 right now, actually. So there's only like a few story-based missions left. Now, also what's supposed to happen, I guess, is there's a few side missions that are popping up here near the end of the game that, will be a little bit of time-consuming as well. I got one at the very end of my gameplay session yesterday. I got a side mission. And I think there may be like one or two other major ones that will pop up during the course of the end of the game here. So I don't know necessarily if I will beat Deus Ex today or not. I guess what we'll do is let's play it by ear. Let's just see what happens on the stream. And if I do beat it, okay? If I do beat it, great. No complaints. Excellent. I'll be able to review it sooner rather than later. And I'll be able to move on and play Nuka-World, which I've been waiting to play over a week now. It was released last week. It's the final story-based DLC for Fallout 4, and I've wanted to experience it and play it, okay? Now, if I don't beat it today, what we'll do is we'll judge how much is left. If there's only like an hour left, then obviously it's not going to be my gameplay stream for tomorrow. Probably what I'll do is I will start Nuka-World tomorrow, okay? And I'll balance that. Maybe I'll finish Deus Ex offline tomorrow night. Keep in mind that I am going to review Deus Ex Mankind Divided in the next few days after I beat it. So that review will be coming up on KO Gaming, okay? So that's kind of the deal. Gonna see as far as I can go as far as I can today on stream. Not rushing, taking my time to enjoy the game at my pace like I have the entire playthrough. See how far we get. And then tomorrow will be based on how far we get today. It could be Deus Ex on stream. It could be Nuka-World on stream. I don't know. I can't tell you until we finish today's stream and we see how far I've gotten. Alright? So there you have it. So what else can you expect? Well, tonight I'm going to be working on my King of Fighters 14 review. Now, I don't want to promise everyone that I'm going to have that finished tonight, simply because I haven't even begun to put anything together for that review yet. I may have it released for you tonight. I may not. It may be, tomorrow or maybe later in the week. We have to see how far I can get. I would like to release it tonight. I love releasing reviews for you quickly, but I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But I will start working on that tonight, and it will be released shortly. So King of Fighters 14 review coming up on KO Gaming soon. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to continue on with Nuka-World after I beat Deus Ex. And then, hopefully after that, it all depends on how long it takes, okay? Because I don't know exactly how long Nuka-World actually is. I've actually heard that it has way less story than some of the, the other DLC. The other DLC, what was it, Far Harbor, had a lot of story to it. There were main story plot lines, following multiple factions. I've heard this one is actually light on story, but heavy on atmosphere. Like, to just explore Nuka-World is a lot of fun, but it doesn't necessarily have a lot of missions in it, which is kind of, honestly, kind of disappointing. Alright. Took a sip of my Kickstart here. I needed it today. I was feeling a little groggy earlier. I was like, let me drink a Kickstart. Give me a little bit of an energy boost. And no, that's not a paid plug at all. Trust me, nothing that I do is a paid plug. So, and then if I finish everything, if by some miracle, okay, I finish with Deus Ex, I finish Nuka-World, and I have a little bit of extra time, I may return to Scarface. Okay? I don't know realistically if that's going to happen. I'm being honest with everyone here. I don't know if that's going to happen. Because I've only got until Tuesday. I basically have between now and Monday. And then Tuesday, we get hit with tons of new releases. Recore, the BioShock Remastered Collection, the Dead Rising Remastered Collection. Alright, there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of stuff that I'm going to be playing for the next couple of weeks. And I need to balance that with the retro playthrough that I'll be playing within a couple of weeks here as a result of hitting the patron goal for August. So if you're not aware, I'll give everyone an update here. If you're not aware, we hit the Patreon goal in August, and the poll for what retro game I'll be playing in September went live Sunday night. So today's Wednesday, so within 2.5 days here, the voting has been strongly in favor of Banjo-Kazooie HD. Sure, I'd say very closely behind that is Jak 3. So it's kind of neck and neck between Banjo-Kazooie and Jak 3, but Banjo-Kazooie is winning out slightly. I think the reason that people want to see me play Banjo-Kazooie is because, what is it? Yooka-Laylee, the game that's being made by the same dev team as Banjo-Kazooie, is going to be released, the rumor is, next year. It's not confirmed yet, but it's supposed to be released next year, alright? So, because of that, people want to see me play the original, so I kind of have a frame of reference for when I play the new one, and I have never touched Banjo-Kazooie. Besides the very limited gameplay that I did of it during my retro replay coverage last year, during the summer of 2015, I never played Banjo-Kazooie. So, I have I don't even know what to expect. So it'll be fun, I think, if it wins the poll. If not, it might be Jak 3. I think right now the reason no one's voting for Crash is because Crash Bandicoot is getting a remaster collection that they're going to be releasing in the next year or two. It was actually announced at E3 this year that they were going to be doing remasters of the classics. And I never played Crash 3, and people are like, well, Phil should just wait and just play the remastered Crash 3. So, there you have it. So we'll see what happens with the polling. I'll keep you abreast. Oh, I like how I said that. Abreast of the situation, so you know what's going to happen later this month. That playthrough is going to either start the second to last or the final week of September, and it's going to be balanced with the other games that I'm playing. Like I said, I'll be doing Recore, Bioshock, Dead Rising, and whatever wins the poll. That's kind of the games that are going to carry me through the rest of September until we start hitting all the new releases in October. Alright? Alright, anything else? Not particularly. There's not particularly too much else to talk about right now. So I think I'm going to get started here. I will say this, though. I said this earlier on before I started the formal pre-stream, okay? But I just want to let everyone know, today, as I'm streaming, you may notice there's way less people on stream than usual, okay? There's two reasons for this. Number one, because I'm playing Deus Ex. It's a 2-week-old game that, like I said, the mainstream viewers seem to be of the impression that the playthrough is boring because I took my time with the playthrough and didn't rush through the game and make it a highlight reel. That's fine. I'm playing the game the way it's meant to be played and enjoying the hell out of it because of that. So, I'm okay with the fact that I'm not getting that mainstream attention, alright? I just am. It's a slower playthrough. It's fine. Number two, because right now there's a major press conference going on. It's a Sony press conference covering the PS Neo, which apparently is called the PS Pro now. And everyone's watching it. I don't know why. It's kind of like watching the E3 conferences live. You really don't have to. You can just simply watch a recap of it later. That would be a lot more abridged and cover the same exact information. It's kind of like live TV. It's kind of like anything. I don't watch anything live anymore. Very rarely. Probably the only thing I watch live is E3 press conferences, simply because I just want to cover them immediately after they're live. I do my own personal recaps immediately after the press conferences happen. But outside of that, I pretty much don't watch anything live anymore at all. Everything I watch is on demand, and I watch it at my own pace. But people buy into hype, and right now people are so bought and biting into the hype of this new Sony console. And they're craving so much information for it that people literally in droves on Twitter this morning were like, we're not going to watch your stream until the Sony press conference is over. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Every major media outlet will be covering that stream and giving it detailed explanations of everything that's been told about it, immediately following it. There's literally not a single reason to watch it live, but people love to watch live. I guess they feel like they're part of something interactive or something, right? So it is what it is. If we don't get a lot of people, I don't really care. You know, I'm just here to get progress in the game so I can finish it and review it. So, there you have it. All right, everyone. That's it. I'm not even going to plug anything. How about that? I'm not even going to plug anything. I'm just going to get started with Deus Ex. So remember, everyone who comes here and complains that every day that I spend too much time advertising stuff, you can tell them, well, Phil didn't advertise the other day, but, you know, you weren't here. You were busy watching a press conference that, you know, you could have learned about 2 seconds later. All right. That's it, everyone. Thank you. And let us begin with Deus Ex.